Hello and welcome to Low Budget Gaming and welcome to the GOG Halloween sale. So they have started their sale at the same time as Steam, 28th October until the 4th of November. And so I thought I'll cover them as well. I've already made several videos for Steam. So this video, I'll do the usual thing. I'll go for games between $10 and $5 and then I'll make a separate one for under 5 because there are a lot of games. So I did not want to make the video too long. I'll also try and mix things up a little bit and not have the exact same games as Steam. There will be some overlaps though. So let's begin first with Dying Light Definitive Edition. So on Steam, I mentioned the base version, the standard edition, which is on a very good sale, like $3 or something. Over here, we have the definitive version, which is the complete version, everything included. And of course, over here, DRM-free, you own it, you can download the launches and play it offline. $10, amazing game, especially the main campaign. I really enjoyed the parkour in the city. So yeah, $10. Next is Iron Fury. So this is my favorite of the boomer shooter style games made in the build engine, like the Duke Nukem style games. And so it feels like a 90s game in modern times. So this is from 2019. So it's been out for a few years, I think. 2018 actually. So yeah, this is here. Fantastic game. I have played this game. I really enjoy this game. Next is Tunguska: The Visitation. So this is an interesting game. This is basically like the Stalker style of game where you are in the sort of exclusion zone, let's say, and it's in the isometric top-down perspective. I think made by like one guy or a very small team. And I've seen some great gameplay for this game. It looks really nice. So if you like those games, this is another one to add if you don't mind the top-down perspective. So $10 for this one. Next is Biomutant. So if you remember, back a few years ago when this game was announced, this looked amazing. The game came out, had some issues, did not do that well. Some people hated it, some people still played it. Overall, what I got out of this was a chill open world style game. So if you are into that, it is now available for $10. Now is probably a good time to check it out. So 75% off, $10 here. Next, we have a classic. This is Singularity. This is a game made by, well, published by Activision, has some time travel. I've heard great things about this one, but I've never played this. I've been curious lately to give this a go. But of course, the price has to be reasonable. Activision games don't go on big sales, so this is kind of the best we have seen recently. 67% off, $9.89. This is from 2010. So this is like a good period for like playing a single player campaign type game. Next is the Metro franchise bundle, all Metro games, DLCs, everything included in this one. First game 2033, second one is Redux, Last Light Redux. Exodus has 2 DLCs as well, so main game plus 2 extra DLCs, all of it for just under $10. Fantastic set of games. I really like this one. Next is the Sinking City. So you have the standard version of this game, open world, Lovecraftian themed game. There were some issues with the publishing rights of this game, but that is all sorted now. What you have is now the proper version of the game. They are making a sequel to this game as well. And also you can grab the deluxe version. It's about 4 and a bit more. So you could get that and get all the extra content. Next is Batman Arkham Knight Premium Edition. So I thought I'll mention this one because these are available here. Warner Brothers tends to put their games here, which is really good. Even the Middle Earth games are available here, Mad Max, things like that. So I thought I'll just mention one of these. Premium Edition, $8 here. Next is Batman, the Telltale series. So Telltale made a couple of episodic style series like The Walking Dead and Wolf Among Us for Batman. And this is the first season, you could say, Batman, the Telltale series, 50% off, $7.49. There's also The Enemy Within, which is also $7.49. This is like the second season. Next, we have Darksiders Genesis. So another game in the Darksiders series. However, this is slightly different. This is not in the usual third-person hack and slash. This is in the isometric top-down perspective. You play as War and Strife, and you can switch between them for the different play styles. So one is more hack and slash, other one uses guns and range. So yeah, I found it to be quite fun. So you can have a look here. $7.49 for this one. We also have Bendy and the Dark Revival. So this is the second game. Bendy and the Ink Machine was the first one. That one is a little cheaper. I'll mention it in the under $5 videos, but this is the sequel. I believe they have been added recently. to GOG, so you can get these as well. Dome Keeper, so I've mentioned this game several times, one of my favorite recent indie games. I've put in quite a few hours. Very enjoyable game. You are a dome keeper who goes to an alien planet with your dome, and you have to go down and dig for resources, and then periodically there'll be waves of attacks from enemies and you have to defend. So you have to work with the upgrades, make your dome stronger, also dig faster, things like that. Really nice gameplay loop for this one here. 60% off, $7.19. Game came out a couple of years ago, so this is a really good price. Next is Deus Ex Mankind Divided, and this is the digital deluxe edition. So a cyberpunk RPG, very popular series. However, I don't know what the future holds for this one. Human Revolution was fantastic. This one was pretty good as well. One of the most hyped trailers, let's say, when this first got announced. And yeah, you can now get the full version for $674. Next is the Talos Principle. So another interesting first-person puzzle game. You could say with some similarities to Portal, although Portal is a different thing, but also very well received, has very good reviews everywhere, and also has a sequel. So this is 85% off, $674, and this is the gold edition. Next is another classic. This is Gun, so a Wild West style game, and another game I've wanted to play. I would say this is from the PS2 era, so $659, 67% off. Anno 1701. So as you all know, Anno is one of my favorite series. I've played quite a few of these games, and this I think overall might be the best of the old games. The original one was 1602, then we had 1503. This is the third game, 1701, and this is the first game where Ubisoft was involved. Ubisoft took over the studio and they made a really great game, because back in those days they used to listen to feedback, and this game especially, when I first got it, I was impressed by how good everything was, the menu, the layout, and basically they took a lot of feedback from the player base and improved everything about this game. Really enjoyed this game. So this is 50% off, $649. This is the full original version. Ubisoft has also made a history edition which you can get on Steam and other places, but this is the original version. We also have the Call of Juarez bundle. So this is 3 games in one, Wild West style games, and yeah, these are also quite popular. $629, 80% off for all 3 games. Late 2000s to early like 2012, 2013. Then we have Blasphemous, so another 2D Souls-like Metroidvania style game, and this has seen a regional price increase on Steam, so might as well get it here. So there's the default standard edition, which is $624. Next we have Observation, so another sort of horror themed space game, and again during the lockdown period this was quite popular. It won a lot of awards and things, so $624 for this as well. And then we have Assassin's Creed Director's Cut, the original Assassin's Creed game, a Ubisoft game available here on GOG, DRM-free, playable offline. You don't need to connect to the Ubisoft launcher. So yeah, if you wanted to have the original here, original wasn't as great as the second game. I hope they add the second game here at some point, but with the way Ubisoft is these days, yeah, who knows what will happen. But yeah, this is the original Assassin's Creed game. I don't know why they stopped adding their games here. I wish they continued. Next is an indie game that I found quite charming. I played the demo a few years ago, then I bought the original. I've played a little bit, never finished it, but it's a very interesting game. And this is 70% off, $599. It's got that, what is it called? Like 2D old school style graphics, but it's a very fun game. I really liked it. Try the demo if you haven't played this game. You may end up liking it. Then we have Deliver Us the Moon, another game I played and streamed a few years ago when it first came out. Interesting story. I loved the way they had set this up. Set in the future, in the year 2054 or something like that. Basically what happens is Earth is out of energy, and the only thing they use for energy is available on the moon. So they had set up a moon base that was sending the power, mineral, whatever it was, and then the moon station just goes dark, no communication. So you are a lone astronaut sent there to investigate what happened. Meanwhile, people are running out of lights on Earth, so you have to figure out what happened and, you know, start it up again, I guess. So 76% off, $599. And then we have Saints Row the Third Remastered. So Again, another series that we may never see in the future, but this was a great game, and they made a really good remake or remaster, if you will, of Saints Row the Third. I saw some reviews and videos of comparing the graphics and stuff, and this was considered one of the best remasters of any game. So this is available for 80% off, $5.99. And then finally, a sequel to a very old game. So in the 90s, there was a game called Beneath a Steel Sky, which is still available on GOG and also free, so you can get it, but of course 90s graphics, early 90s graphics. And then they made a sequel to this game a few years ago. I actually have this, I have played quite a bit of this, and it looks pretty good. So it's an old school adventure point and click style game, you know, go there, mix this, remove the battery from that thing and put it there, that sort of thing. And yeah, it was a very charming little game. So 85% off, 524, 2020. So yeah, recent game. So that is about 25 games, I think, for the price between 10 and 5. I'll make a separate video for under 5 as well, hopefully today or maybe later tomorrow. But yeah, the links to all these games will be in the description below, and I'll put it in the pinned comment as well. But yeah, let me know if you pick up something from GOG. Thank you for watching. See you next time.